The first announcement that I have to make, you will be delighted about, because the school have informed me that if you wish to take off your jackets, both gentlemen and ladies, you are free to do so. So my delightful job first this morning is to welcome you all here to Bromsgrove School for our 2025 Commem. As always, it's a poignant day for some of you, and it's another day of the last elements of a school term for many others. So we want you to all have a great time. The thing that I think we can say most clearly now is, as we heard in the sermon, we are all loved and valued here at Bromsgrove. You are loved, and you are part of and have learnt about the family here at Bromsgrove, and you will always be part of the Bromsgrove family. So that's the welcome from Bromsgrove here today. And as you'll see in the programme, it says that I'm going to do a summary of the year. However, I have sat next to me someone who is infinitely better at telling you about what really went on at the school over the last 12 months. So I'm going to invite the headmaster, Mr. Michael Punt, to tell us about his review of the year.
Good afternoon and thank you. So, President, Governors, Chairman of the Foundation, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Commemoration 2025. We're delighted that you are here with us for what is arguably the most important day in the school's calendar, but also we're here to act out the intentions of Sir Thomas Cook. In 1693, in his foundation deed, he set out what should happen on days such as this, including a learned minister who would read prayers and preach a sermon in the church at Bromsgrove. Thank you to Venerable Robert Jones for doing just that in St John's this morning. And after that, the sermon is preached, said Sir Thomas, the said trustees, minister and schoolmaster shall in such manner as they shall think fit take their refreshment. And so the format of today follows a pattern that has remained largely unchanged for 332 years. For example, on what would have been the tercentenary commemoration of 1853, the Illustrated London News published a coloured print of the school processing to St John's Church, as pupils did this morning. In 1910, Commem ended with call-over, as it will today, although 115 years ago, the call-over list for the entire school fitted onto a single sheet of A5 paper. And in 1939, as he stood on stage like this to deliver his commemoration speech, Headmaster David Walters already knew that come the outbreak of war, the entire school would be relocating to Wales. A century ago, in June 1925, commemoration took place on what was described as a near-perfect day. A record number of visitors and old Bromsgrovians attended, and in his speech in the marquee, Headmaster Gordon Routh reflected on the successes of the past year. He mentioned the recent construction of a modest sanatorium. Apparently pupils had got themselves into trouble for climbing on the scaffolding. And he outlined plans for future buildings, including the chapel, which we now have. He remarked with some satisfaction that the school has done nothing very remarkable during the past year. Headmasters are always pleased, he said, when nothing happens in their schools. So while today marks another commem in Bromsgrove School's long history, we continue to look forward with optimism. We continue to prepare young people to flourish wherever their futures may lead. But I must confess that the past 3 terms have not been a time when the school has done nothing very remarkable, far from it. At Bromsgrove, as has always been the case, we strive to offer an education, not just qualifications. Day in and day out, pupils engage with their studies, apply themselves diligently, reflect deeply, and learn. Yet academic progress is so often measured by success in public examinations and university offers, and I'm conscious that many pupils are awaiting those with bated breath. Last summer, a quarter of all sixth form qualifications awarded were equivalent to an A star, 3/5 were at least an A, and 4/5 achieved a B grade or higher. Almost 20% of our leavers went on to study abroad, securing places at prestigious institutions such as Columbia, Cornell, Duke, Toronto, Hong Kong University, Heidelberg, and the Technical University in Munich. Over 100 students took up places at a Russell Group university. As has been the case for many years, the most popular UK destinations were the competitive London colleges of UCL and KCL, while Exeter, Bath and Cardiff also remained highly sought after choices. The most popular courses last summer were in economics and business, with large cohorts also pursuing studies in politics and international relations, geography, medicine, natural sciences, engineering and law. To give a sense of the scale and quality of destinations, 28 students began undergraduate courses in economics at a Russell Group or equivalent university, and a further 18 successfully met offers for medicine or dentistry. Excuse me. An impressive range of IB extended essays and extended projects were completed to the highest standards, showcasing the strengths, depths and diversity of interests within our student body. Topics included a comparative study of Taiwan's political elite with that of ancient Athens, the estimation of the Hubble constant, the economics of greenwashing, and women's rights in Latin America. We were delighted that this year's Lower Sixth Lecture Week included trips for prospective architects, lawyers and entrepreneurs. Special study days were organised for aspiring medics and those developing their art portfolios. Many universities contributed tutorials, and across the week, nearly 100 additional extension lectures and seminars were delivered. Our value-added data, comparing student outcomes to national expectations based on baseline ability, remains extremely strong. In A-level and BTEC programs, students consistently achieved very significantly above expectations. At GCSE, every subject without exception recorded positive value-added results. And in the IB diploma programme, the average value-added score per student was higher than in any other school nationally. Perhaps more than any single statistic, this reflects the hard work of our pupils and the expert guidance that they receive from their teachers. But please be reassured, we do not take these successes for granted. There's a shared commitment to supporting every pupil inside and outside the classroom. We continue to encourage all pupils to understand that it's never wrong to do the right thing, and that often this simply means pupils working hard and being kind, whilst drawing on the support of their teachers who want to see them be the best they can be. As we know, the Bromsgrove family is a truly international one. Alongside our 4 UK schools, we're proud of Bromsgrove Mission Hills in China and Bromsgrove International School in Thailand. This August, we'll open Bromsgrove Cambodia, and from September, Bromsgrove Mission Hills will offer 2 distinct streams, one Chinese and one Western. Bromsgrove, Thailand is one of the oldest international partner schools in the world, and this September will welcome more day and boarding pupils than ever before. Much of that success is due to Dr. Daniel Moore, who has led the school with distinction for the past 11 years, alongside his wife Alison, who has been head of early years. We're delighted to have them both with us today so that we can thank them in person as they prepare for their next chapter in Cyprus, where Dr. Moore will become head of the junior and senior school. Thank you, Dan and Alison, for everything you have given to Bromsgrove, Thailand. At this time of year, sadly, we say farewell to some colleagues who are leaving us. Mr. Matthew Noble joined us as head of Spanish last September, and we wish him well as he moves to Bablake School in Coventry, where he will be the next head of modern languages there. In January 2021, Mrs. Jasmine Williams joined the art department. Enthusiastic, always willing to try new ideas, highly creative, and always encouraging of her pupils, Jasmine has been a highly regarded teacher and a warm and approachable tutor. She's made a valuable contribution to the co-curricular programme, running horse riding on a Saturday morning, and we wish her well as she moved to St Edward's School in Cheltenham. And in September 2014, Mrs. Natalie Langford was appointed as a part-time teacher of art. With a degree in fashion design and experience in the design industry, Natalie naturally gravitated towards leading textiles, where results have been consistently strong. Warm, kind, and always willing to go the extra mile to bring out the best in her pupils, Natalie has been an excellent member of the school community. We'll miss her greatly as she and her family prepare for an exciting move to Dubai. Thank you. We're very proud of the work that pupils produce in art and design and technology. If you have the chance, please do visit the excellent displays in the department, and we think you'll be very impressed by the variety and creativity. Drama at Bromsgrove also continues to thrive, with the standard of productions this year nothing short of magnificent. We began with a memorable Michaelmas Scholars Evening, which showcased our drama scholars in 5 extended and diverse scenes, each a testament to their vocal and emotional range. Then in December, our sellout production of The Government Inspector brought farce and satire to life through exceptional comic timing and striking production design. The fourth form house drama competition took centre stage at the start of the Lent term, involving over 80 students across 11 plays. The range and polish of performances was outstanding. In March, a dedicated evening celebrated the GCSE and A-level performances, highlighting the depth and diversity of work produced by our exam groups. And those were immediately followed by this year's senior house drama, which again drew a packed audience. The programme moved fluidly from dystopia to absurdity with outstanding delivery by both newcomers and experienced actors. And we closed the year with a highly imaginative fourth form production of Macbeth. Performed in the round, this bold and physical adaptation fused movement, lighting, music, and set to create a really high energy theatrical experience delivered with maturity and total commitment by the young cast. As you will have witnessed today, and there is still more to come, there is a wealth of musical opportunity here at Bromsgrove. With over 450 weekly instrumental lessons, music is thriving across all year groups and genres. Highlights of the year have included the Primary School's Orchestral Day, a celebration of young musical talent, and the St Cecilia Day concert honouring the patron saint of music. We hosted our first ever alumni concert at the Actors' Church in London's Covent Garden, where Handel's Messiah was performed by a large choir, including many old Bromsgrovians. The chapel choir sung choral evensong at Worcester Cathedral in March, and of course gave a beautiful performance this morning in St John's Church. Lunchtime concerts have been a regular fortnightly feature, showcasing musicians of all ages and stages, and it's been especially encouraging to see the emergence of student accompanists and an increasing number of musical collaborations. These concerts have taken place in a variety of venues, including Routh Hall, the chapel, the dining hall, and at Winterfold, bringing music to every corner of the school. Student initiative has also been a hallmark of the year, with pupils driving events such as the Sustainability Week concert and the much-loved Cultures Connect concert, marking the culmination of Cultures Week. The ever-popular pop and jazz concerts continue to give opportunities for all styles and talents to shine, and this year has seen a rise in student-led bands, including Impulse, who have performed several charity gigs and will be playing on the Charford Field today. If you haven't already, do catch the jazz band performing this afternoon on Gordon Green, and if you do miss that, you'll find them tomorrow at the Upton Jazz Festival. In September 2014, Mr. Sam Higgins was appointed as a teacher of BTEC Sport. We're very proud of the success of our two BTEC courses, Sport and Business, often chosen by hard-working pupils who thrive with modular assessment rather than terminal exams. Sam quickly took on responsibility for all aspects of academic PE, GCSE, A-Level and BTEC. And under his leadership, the department has flourished with high pupil uptake, excellent results, and a reputation for the department supporting other schools. He's also been a caring tutor in TC, a collaborative colleague, and for many years a talented coach of rugby, cricket and hockey. We'll miss Sam as he steps back from teaching to take what he has described as a mid-career break. And we wish Sam and his wife Polly every happiness as they move to Northumberland and embark on travels through South America. Thank you, Sam. Thanks to the extraordinary commitment of both staff and pupils, sport at Bromsgrove continues to thrive, not only in terms of its breadth, but also its depth. We're currently ranked as the 5th best school for sport in the UK, and this success sits alongside our pursuit of excellence in non-sporting arenas. A brief snapshot, and it really is a brief snapshot of the year, shows the range and quality of achievement. So, for example, and this is far from a complete list, the Intergirls athletics team were crowned Midlands champions and head to the national finals next weekend. In badminton, the under-16 boys and under-14 girls were county champions, both finishing in the top 4 regionally. Basketball enjoyed a stellar year. Under-16s were district and county champions. The under-17s won the 2025 YBL Championship, and the first team reached the National Cup quarter-finals. Both intermediate cross-country teams qualified for the Nationals, with 8 pupils also competing in the English schools finals. Cricket is flourishing, with the under-15 girls county indoor runners-up, and the under-15 boys reaching the semi-finals of both regional and national competitions. 6 fencers qualified for the British Championships. Football saw the boys under-18s win the ISFA Shield, and the girls go unbeaten. Hockey teams excelled at every level, with the boys' first 11 earning the Independent Schools Hockey Cup silver, and several sides achieving strong regional and national results. In netball, the under-16s were county champions and placed 5th nationally, while the first team won county gold and a bronze medal in the Sisters in Sport National Cup. The under-14s also took county honours and finished 3rd regionally. In rugby, the girls' team made history by playing their first ever fixture, while the boys' first 15 retained the Civitas Smith Trophy, and the first 7 triumphed at both the Oakham and Solihull Sevens. In swimming, our national otter relay teams finished 8th for the girls and 16th for the boys. Table tennis saw the under-19 boys reach the zonal finals. In tennis, Gina Oberay and Grace Hadley won the Midland Girls' School title, while Grace and Shane Conroy became under-18 county singles champions. The boys' first team made it to the national finals, and both under-16 teams remain in the latter stages of the Sports Magazine Cup. The under-14 girls placed 3rd in their regional finals. And volleyball continues to grow, with both first teams competing in the England Volleyball National Grand Prix, the girls reaching the bronze medal playoff. One colleague who has always coached a netball team was Mrs. Kim Hans, who in January 2010 joined Bromsgrove as head of religious studies, having previously held the same role in her former school. Kim brought with her a real passion for her subject, considerable experience as a senior examiner, and cakes. In her spare time, Mrs. Hans is an enthusiastic baker, which is not the only reason she is so well regarded by her colleagues. She's also a keen gardener, having run the school gardening club for many years, and in her own time, she's a highly accomplished tournament Scrabble player. As all Mrs. Hans' pupils know, she is also exceptionally kind. Whilst she remains unconvinced that the digital world will catch on, her commitment to helping others has never been in doubt. We'll miss her enormously as she steps into a long, busy, and judging by the plans she's generously shared, a very exciting retirement. She'll be remembered not least for the beautiful tapestry she created in memory of our much-loved bursar, Mrs. Leslie Brooks, who sadly passed away in November, and I will say more about Leslie later. But for now, please join me in giving a warm round of applause to Mrs. Kim Hans. It has been a busy and successful year for Bromsgrove's debating teams, who entered 6 national competitions alongside local friendly fixtures with Bromsgrove North, Bromsgrove South and Cadbury Sixthorn College. Highlights included 2 teams reaching the gold final of the Nehru Cup, with both placing in the top 4, and for the second year running, qualifying for finals day of the prestigious Oxford Union Schools debating competition. There, Narayam Turganbayeva and Gleb Savetkin ranked among the top 50 school debating teams worldwide. This year, Bromsgrove's Model United Nations programme saw its largest weekly participation to date, with 60 delegates attending conferences. Under dynamic pupil leadership, many qualified for awards at events such as Andrei Zarazelf successfully leading the passage of a resolution calling for an international legal definition of eco-terrorism. It's been a bumper year for student participation in the Duke of Edinburgh's award, with several hundred pupils working hard across volunteering, physical and their skills sections. In the year to March, participants contributed over 6,100 hours of volunteering, representing a social value of nearly £40,000. But assessors' reports highlight the genuine impact students have made themselves, with heartfelt comments like, "They changed our lives," a shining example of our club's values, and that they were a joy to work with. With so many involved, bronze qualifying expeditions were held across 3 stunning locations: the Peak District, Brecon Beacons and the Wye Valley. 22 upper sixth formers proudly completed their Gold Awards, with most attending the Gold Awards ceremony at Buckingham Palace in May. Collectively this year, 248 pairs of feet have walked over 16,000 kilometres across 5 UK national parks. What a fantastic experience. The CCF has flourished this year. For the first time, lower fourth form students joined the contingent of 520 cadets. Alongside invited pupils from Trinity High School and the Fifth Form Centre in Redditch. A real highlight has been the launch of our pipe and drum band, which brings together both CCF and local Army Cadet Force members, and I'm told that they will perform at Commemoration 2026, although despite what is in your programme, there's no gun run this afternoon. Working closely with the local ACF, we're committed to giving all cadets the very best experience. This year, another enthusiastic group of lower fourth formers threw themselves into Bromsgrove Badge. Their journey began with the annual Morven Field Day in October, where they completed a challenging 16-kilometre hike across the stunning Morven Hills with energy and determination. Throughout the Michaelmas and Lent terms, pupils explored a rich variety of skill and service activities, from cross-stitching and festive crafts to finance simulations and employability workshops, offering them a valuable taste of the Duke of Edinburgh's award. Their efforts culminated in the summer term with the unforgettable lower fourth form camp, where they practiced essential skills like transier cooking, tent pitching, navigation, and even engaged in friendly chat with the headmaster as they walked along the River Wye. It's been another outstanding year for Bromsgrove's Green Power teams. The senior team, the Egg, completed a perfect season, winning every heat and the international final to become the F24 Plus 2024 Kit Car International Champions. Their incredible winning streak has continued with 2 more victories, including a commanding performance at Mallory Park, keeping them top of the league with maximum points from 6 consecutive wins. Meanwhile, the junior team, Team Chicken, continues to impress with consistent top 5 finishes, a remarkable record they've maintained for over a decade. Both Chicken and Egg teams are shining examples of teamwork, innovation and engineering excellence. In 2005, a young physicist arrived at Bromsgrove with a range of interests that included classic cars, football, playing the guitar, and the use of a near-infrared diode laser spectrometer. It would be wrong to suggest that any subject, even physics, is more exciting than another, but this teacher arrived with undeniable rock star qualities, a Ducati motorcycle, long flowing hair that would not be out of place in a shampoo advert, and an approach that one pupil recently described to me as chillaxed, whatever that means. Outside of school, he was active in local politics, first with one party and then another. Within Bromsgrove School, however, Dr. Thompson was consistent in his approach. He quickly made his mark in the physics department, where he became head of physics and then head of science, before being appointed Director of International Baccalaureate in 2012. Over the next 13 years, he developed the IB at Bromsgrove into a centre of excellence. As a result of his leadership, the school built a reputation not just in the UK, but far beyond, for delivering some of the best IB results to be found anywhere. As Bob Dylan famously sang, "Everything passes, everything changes, just do what you think you should do." Sadly for us, Dr. Thompson, a self-professed Dylan fan, has been appointed as Deputy Head Academic at Bancroft School, London, where he will undoubtedly make an impact there, just as he has here. Thank you, Dr. Thompson. Mrs. Fran Bateman arrived at Bromsgrove in the last century as a teacher of chemistry, bringing with her valuable experience from previous schools and from industry. As any colleague or pupil who knows her will testify, when Mrs. Bateman takes on a role, she gives to it 100% at least. Tutor, day and boarding, assistant house parent, expert chemistry teacher across A-level and IB and GCSE, head of university overseas admissions, and more recently, head of futures, there are few roles that Mrs. Bateman hasn't taken on, and in every single one, she has given it her all. If you're in her tutor group, Mrs. Bateman will push you, kindly but firmly, to be the best you can be. Struggling with a chemistry concept, Mrs. Bateman will put in the time to help you understand it. Need to submit an overseas university application on Christmas Eve? She'll make sure it's sent before Father Christmas arrives. I could go on, but in essence, Mrs. Bateman has always cared deeply about her pupils and has consistently gone above and beyond to support them. As one member of the Upper Sixth put it recently, Mrs. Bateman knows how to put a smile on your face, and she will always help a pupil find their way. We'll miss Mrs. Bateman's energy, her expertise, and her boundless kindness, but after a 25-year period of service, she thoroughly deserves a long, happy, and fulfilling retirement with plenty of travel to Australia. Fran, thank you for everything you have done for Bromsgrove. You are leaving on a real high, and please know just how much we'll miss you. Thank you. The success of Bromsgrove is due in no small part to a huge army of teaching and support staff who work tirelessly, sharing their expertise generously for the benefit of pupils. We are extremely appreciative of everything they do so well, 7 days a week, in term time and through the holidays. For over 15 years, Dr. Matthew Law has been an excellent school doctor, always quick to provide helpful advice to pupils or staff. He's helped shape the Borders Clinic, and one boarder who has seen him on several occasions commented that Dr. Law is always honest, straightforward, but smiley and kind. He makes you feel better, they said. Retirement will not be restful as Dr. Law takes on a toddler group at his church, but we hope he knows that there will always be a warm welcome and possibly even a hot chocolate waiting for him at the clinic. Dr. Law, thank you for everything you've done so well here, and our very best wishes go to you and all the family. Likewise, volunteers such as in the uniform exchange and on the house and school PAs enrich the experience that pupils and their families enjoy, as do the dedicated foundation trustees who work hard to ensure that the school is able to provide bursaries. The governors share their time and talents generously, ensuring that Bromsgrove continues to thrive in these challenging times as quiet custodians of the school's integrity, ambition and direction. And parents, thank you for all your support, which we never take for granted. The sacrifices you make, not least in terms of time and resources, to ensure that your children can take advantage of a Bromsgrove education are considerable. You want the very best for your sons and daughters, and so do we. And it's that close partnership that is key to success. And I could have said so much more about all that the pupils have done this year in so many areas, but time is against us. But I hope you will agree that this has not been a year when the school has done nothing remarkable. On Wednesday morning, I received a phone call from the Independent Schools Inspectorate informing me that they would be visiting Bromsgrove in just 10 minutes. What followed was nothing short of exceptional. Staff and pupils alike were outstanding in their response, and I could not have asked for more. Over 2 days, inspectors spoke with many randomly selected groups of staff and pupils, combed through our processes to review how we care for Bromsgrove pupils and how we safeguard their interests. Of course, as soon as we have the report, we will share it with you, and the judgments are confidential for now. However, verbally, the inspectors praised all the staff and pupils they'd met. And at the end of our final meeting on Thursday afternoon, one leant forward and said in somewhat hushed tones, "You've got something really special here." And of course that's right. Bromsgrove School is special. The way in which pupils and staff work together so well to achieve so much, so harmoniously, is special. We are all so fortunate to be part of this special community. And finally, a few words for our departing upper sixth leavers. The young people sat in front of me today looking so smart and of whom we are so proud. They're poised to go off to a host of highly selective universities in the UK and abroad. Some have offers of degree-level apprenticeships, of employment, and a small number are taking a planned gap year. But over the years leading to this point, these students have made an immensely positive impact on the school, both because of all that they have done and the tone that they have set, but importantly, because of the people they are. As you leave Bromsgrove School and step into the wider world, remember that you take with you far more than exam results or university offers. You carry the memories of your time here, the values you formed both at school and at home, your resilience and your friendships. Never lose those. The path ahead will bring moments of triumph and moments of uncertainty, and that's all part of the journey. Success isn't instant, and it rarely follows a straight line. Stay curious, stay kind, and stay true to what you know is right. And be willing to work hard for the things that matter to you. Be ambitious, but unafraid of failure. Be confident, but never lose the humility to keep learning. And above all, be yourself. Be the best version of yourself, always growing, always open to change. Remember that we, like your families, are immensely proud of you. Wherever you go in the world, you carry a little piece of Bromsgrove with you, and wherever life takes you, do please stay in touch. We will always be interested in you, and you will always be welcome here. And finally, just as you've had a positive impact on Bromsgrove School, now go and make the world just a little bit better. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a round of applause to the upper sixth leavers of 2025. And now we come to the Wattel prizes. The prize for English goes to Rose Davenport, for history to Paul Pontevici, and German to Maya Wingfield. The prize for French goes to Lena Sievert, for mathematics to Jethro Chan, and for business studies to James Taluda Cardosa. The prize for physical education goes to Lucy Cattell, who, as Cadet Warrant Officer RSM, also wins the John Headley Memorial Prize for the CCF. The prize for politics goes to Jakob Kreidel, and for geography to Alex Chung. The prize for economics goes to Victoria Kwok, for art to Elizabeth Philpott, and art textiles to Holly Carter. The prize for physics goes to Ben Hornigold, who also wins the Alison Bramley Memorial Prize for mathematics. The prize for computer science goes to Neil Agrawal, and for Latin to Lauren Baker. The William Ledbrook Prize for Biology goes to Bijan Gurung. The Chater Pepper Prize for Classics goes to Emily Bauer. And the Amphlett Prize for Chemistry goes to Viktor Zulikov. Philip Denham Cook's Prize for Drama goes to Isla Chatin. The Turner Memorial Prize for Music to Toby Roberts. And the Geoffrey Lewins Prize for Design and Technology goes to Nathan Chan. The Houseman Verse Prize goes to Sophia Hogsett, and the Staff Reading Prize to Matilda Bridgman. Now we come to the special prizes for the 6 heads of school who have all this year been excellent. The prizes for the senior boarders go to Eric Padaja and Iroma Onwuka Iwachukwu. Well done. everybody, Roma. The prizes for the Deputy Head Boy and Deputy Head Girl go to James Hobbs and Fionn Wright. And the prizes for this year's Head Boy and Head Girl go to Jack Atkinson and Ella Loftus. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the special prizes where the winners are unknown, including by the recipients themselves. You may have heard the saying that behind every great school there is a head full of ideas and a bursar quietly working out how to pay for them. But that was never how Leslie Brooks operated. Leslie was a key member of the executive, full of ideas herself and determined to keep this moving forward the school she loved. Yes, she had a firm grip on the finances, but she also had vision, drive, and a deep understanding of what really mattered. Her final meeting with governors, held from her hospital bed, was focused on how Bromsgrove should respond to the government's proposed imposition of VAT. And that tells you everything you need to know about Leslie's commitments. Building projects were expertly managed under her leadership, and contractors enjoyed working with her. But more than anything, Leslie was a deeply valued colleague who gave her all for the Bromsgrove community. She believed in the transformative power of education. She quietly supported families through their darkest moments, and many colleagues, teaching and support, have spoken about how she helped them personally at the times when they needed it most. Finance, buildings, legal matters, contracts, operations, compliance, all of these were in safe hands with Leslie. But her greatest gift was her ability to bring out the best in people by treating everyone in our community with kindness, respect, and understanding. A year ago, Leslie was sitting in her spot in the front row, smiling and celebrating all that pupils and staff had achieved together. Today, we're delighted that Leslie's husband Mal and their daughter Eloise are here with us. So many of us owe Leslie so much, and it's partly for that reason that we're proud to present for the first time today the Leslie Brooks Award. So, reflecting the remarkable lady whom this prize commemorates, the recipient of the inaugural Leslie Brooks Award is a kind, empathetic, compassionate student, a loyal servant of Bromsgrove School, its ethos and its values. She's someone who's committed to the wider community and who shares her sense of fun and love of life generously with others. From her first day here, she quietly embraced Bromsgrove values and integrated into our community with respect and humility. She's been a true servant of both the school and the house. without ever seeking recognition, she leaves others in awe of her many talents, yet her feet remain firmly on the ground. She possesses a rare and perceptive insight into the emotional needs of others. She instinctively steps up to support those who are struggling, regardless of their age or circumstance, not for accolades or titles, but because she's a decent human being from whom all we can learn. For fun, she once painted her own guardian angel over the holidays, and she's been a creative cornerstone of the school magazine 201. She's happy behind the scenes, enabling others to shine. Nothing is too much trouble, but usually she anticipates what is needed before it is asked. A hard worker who still finds time for fun, tinkering on the piano or guitar, wise beyond her years, but also wanting to learn from anyone she meets and try new things. Just like Leslie, this individual is liked by everyone, is held in such high esteem, but there are no airs and graces. She is humble and genuine, strong and kind. The recipient of this year's Leslie Brooks Award is Molly Lau. Tony Limbert was a pupil who made the most of the sporting opportunities available to him at Bromsgrove. The trophy, dedicated to his memory, is awarded to a pupil who has endeavoured to do the same during their time at the school. Throughout their time in the senior school, this pupil has immersed themselves fully in every aspect of Bromsgrove's sporting life. Their unwavering commitment, infectious enthusiasm, and motivational leadership have left a lasting impact on their teams, but also on the entire school community. Dedicated to both training and competition, their hard work and natural talent have enabled them to represent the school in 202 fixtures over 5 years, across 6 different sports. Their unassuming and their commitment and attitude towards school sport have been second to none. They always give 100%, regardless of the task ahead. Always arriving at practices and matches with a smile and boundless energy, they've been a driving force both on and off the field. Whether leading on the netball court, commanding on the Astro, or performing on the tennis court, they have consistently displayed outstanding sportsmanship, fierce determination, and a team-first mentality that inspires those around them. Their skill, their physical effort and relentless drive have helped lead teams to county, regional and national success. Their leadership has been nothing short of exemplary, serving as first team netball captain and vice captain of the hockey first team. Their achievements speak for themselves, but it's their character, dedication and ability to uplift others that truly sets them apart. This year's winner of the Tony Limbert Award is Honeybow Luscombe. Well done. If there's a way to contribute to the community, this student will find it and undertake it with purpose and remarkable generosity of spirit. This year's Paul Sawtell Prize recognises a student whose time at the school has been nothing short of exceptional. Their journey has been defined by excellence across academic areas, service and the co-curricular. They've pushed themselves to the fullest, uplifting others along the way and leaving a legacy of service, leadership and kindness. Their deep-rooted sense of community underpins every decision they make. Always seeking ways to improve the lives of those around them, they lead with empathy, dedication and clarity of purpose. Whether in the classroom, on the sports field or beyond, they set a standard which others are proud to follow. Despite a demanding schedule, they've been a steadfast presence, approachable, compassionate and consistently supportive. Never one to wait for a problem, they act preemptively, ensuring others feel seen, supported and valued. That unwavering presence speaks to a rare emotional intelligence. Their leadership within the house has been exemplary, dependable, proactive but humble. Their instinct to mentor younger students, to encourage and connect across year groups, speaks volumes about their character. Having begun their journey in the pre-prep, they've immersed themselves in every facet of school life. As a dedicated athlete, they've represented the school in 130 fixtures in rugby, hockey and cricket, reaching second team level in all three, as well as first 11 in cricket, and have been awarded their school cap for swimming. Yet their adventures extend far beyond sport. They've completed their Duke of Edinburgh Awards, have been an instrumental force in the Bromsgrove School Outreach Programme and made extensive contributions to the Residential Homes Programme. Their altruism is both sincere and consistent. One moment that perhaps exemplifies their determination was their extraordinary contribution to the Cairo to Cape Town 24-hour charity event, in which they completed 400 lengths in the pool, 10 kilometres of swimming, but also ensuring participation in every other discipline, and that demonstrated a relentless commitment to the collective. Their willingness to give their best, but without seeking praise or recognition, is deeply impressive. A consummate Bromsgrovian, driven, thoughtful and generous, this student truly embodies the values of the school and leaves a lasting impression on all who know them. A thoroughly deserving recipient of the Paul Sawtell Trophy 2025 is Bobby Riley. This year's recipient of the Ben Showell Award is someone who has lived and breathed music and drama throughout their time at Bromsgrove School. There is no choir, ensemble or performance of which this student has not been a part. Their love of all things musical and dramatic is a core part of their identity, and they've undoubtedly infused and inspired others with the pure joy they take from singing and performing. As a singer, this student has immersed themselves in every opportunity, from chapel choir to pop and jazz, and through managing and conducting the house song competition entry, tackling different genres and occasions with the same drive, joy, and it has to be said, competitive spirit. Leading 2 house ensemble pieces, Adele's Set Fire to the Rain and Fleetwood Mac's Everywhere, have been highlights of this student's musical career. As an actor, they've delighted audiences in house drama competitions, scholars showcases, fourth form and senior plays in a number of roles that demonstrate their full range. Droll humour as Maggie in Hobson's Choice, heart-wrenching naivety and sadness as Maria in West Side Story, and a hilariously unforgettable turn as the acerbic, big-haired, leopard print-clad Danny in Bizarre and Rummage. We've been very lucky to witness this student's musical and dramatic journey throughout their many, many years at Bromsgrove. and we've no doubt that future generations of aspiring actors and singers will be taught by them as they embark on their future career. This year's Ben Sherrill Memorial Rose Bowl goes to the inimitable Olivia McKelvey. The Kelly Bicknell Award is presented to a student whose contribution to the life of the Bromsgrove community has been truly outstanding. This year's recipient exemplifies everything the award stands for: humility, enthusiasm, and a deep, sustained commitment to others. Throughout their time at Bromsgrove, they have given far more than expected, leaving a legacy of quiet leadership and generous service. A remarkably well-rounded individual, they've immersed themselves in a wide array of school life, not for recognition, but because of a genuine love for learning, a passion for service, and a desire to bring others with them. Whether developing their own interests or helping others to discover theirs, they've consistently lifted those around them. This student is amongst the school's most accomplished academics, frequently found exploring topics that extend far beyond the confines of the syllabus. With an articulate, thoughtful and poised manner, they're exceptionally well placed to inspire and influence their peers. It's no surprise, therefore, that they've played a significant role in the peer mentoring programme, not only offering thoughtful support to younger pupils, but also guiding fellow mentors through the training process. This spirit of generosity and selflessness has been a consistent thread throughout their time at Bromsgrove. As a leading figure in both the Med, Vet, Dent and Drury societies, they've organised numerous sessions, hosted guest speakers and delivered Stop the Bleed clinics, always supporting others with encouragement and clarity. Their passion for medicine is also evident in the CCF, where they have risen through the ranks to sergeant, leading first aid training with both skill and enthusiasm. That same blend of expertise and compassion has been brought into the wider community through regular volunteering at a local residential home, where they've left a lasting impression on all generations. A crucial organiser of the Cultures Connect concerts and indeed Cultures Week, this student has leveraged their impressive logistical skills and resilience to ensure a night to remember for all involved. Their creative flair has been felt through their journalistic and editorial contributions to the 201 School magazine, where they've set a high bar for content and integrity for future editors to aim for. This student can reflect on an outstanding school career in which he's stretched himself by making the most of many opportunities. He's much to offer individually, but at every juncture along the way has enriched the experience of many others across the community, to which he has contributed so much in so many areas. This year's Kelly Bicknell Award goes to Bijan Gurun. Well done. This year's winner of the Houseman Trophy has consistently excelled across all areas of his academic life. Predicted to achieve close to maximum points in the IB, he is a true polymath, blessed with an encyclopedic knowledge of both the sciences and the humanities. He has embraced the IB's spirit of Renaissance education with remarkable energy and depth. Intellectually curious and quietly incisive, He has consistently challenged his teachers through his exceptional understanding, analytical insight, and wide-ranging appreciation of the natural sciences. But he's no mere theorist. He's also an outstanding bench scientist with superb experimental and practical skills. His extended essay in chemistry, described by his teachers as a work of art rather than a mere investigation, saw him collaborating with Moscow University to design, conduct, and analyse a sophisticated experiment monitoring the fluorescence of chemosensors when binding to metals in solution. He discusses this ambitious project with humility and the same ease with which he might be discussing the weather. A reflective and driven learner, he's not simply studied his chosen field, he's inhabited it. While researching nitrogen dioxide resistant lichens on trees in South Wales, his determination to collect a final data point required wading through a lake undeterred by water temperature or insurance implications. Such was his commitment to scientific rigour. This autumn, he takes up a place at Exeter College, Oxford, to read biochemistry. This year's winner of the Houseman Trophy is Viktor Zulikov. The Cook's Prize is awarded annually to a student who has demonstrated exceptional academic achievement, exemplary leadership, and a profound commitment to the life of the school. This year's recipient has embodied all of these qualities with quiet distinction and a consistent grace throughout their time here. A calm, diplomatic, and highly motivated individual, this student has led by example at every turn. Their natural leadership was recognised through their appointment as head of house, a role they fulfilled with integrity, maturity, and unwavering dedication. Their contributions to school life have been both wide-ranging and deeply impactful. In sport, they've represented Bromsgrove with distinction, playing first 15 rugby, and for the second teams in both hockey and cricket. In the performing arts, they've reached grade 8 in both piano and singing, performing at numerous high-profile events, including one for the local MP, who I'm delighted is here with us today, at the Bromsgrove Christmas Lights Ceremony and the Primrose Hospice Ball. They also had organised and held a very successful and well-attended charity event with their band Impulse, raising funds for the Alzheimer's Society, an initiative that showcased their compassion and commitment to making a difference beyond the school gates. Academically, this student has excelled across disciplines. They're the recipient of 2 physics awards, have then earned silver medals in both physics Olympiads and the Senior Maths Challenge. And they've held both academic and honorary scholarships. Their intellectual curiosity and commitment to excellence have been evidenced throughout their academic journey. Their dedication to service and personal development has been exemplary. They've completed the Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award, participated in the Combined Cadet Force, earned the Sports Leaders Award, and taken part in the World Challenge Expedition. Their willingness to contribute to every aspect of school life is a testament to their character and sense of responsibility. But what truly distinguishes this student is their authenticity and humility. Equally comfortable welcoming dignitaries or sharing a moment of humour with younger pupils, they're a community-minded individual who gives generously of their time, energy and talent. They are, in every respect, a credit to themselves, their family and their house. They often speak of their father as their greatest inspiration, someone who instilled in them the values of perseverance, humility and wholehearted effort. It's clear that these values have shaped a young person of remarkable substance. After 7 distinguished years at Bromsgrove, this student now prepares to begin the next chapter of their life at a leading university. Their achievements are richly deserved, and their legacy will serve as an enduring source of inspiration for future generations. It's with great pride and plenty of admiration that we present the Cook's Prize for 2025 to Benjamin Hornigold.
The first thing to say, as I'm here again, is this is the closing speech of Prizegiving. So you will be pleased to know that there's only the next few minutes and me between your very well-deserved lunch. But thank you for your concentration and your response to all of the excellent prize winners today, because they really are very deserving of your applause. First, I have an apology from our Chair of Governors, who unfortunately cannot join in our celebration today. He is a former parent who had children at the school. He used to sit where you're sitting now, enjoying this special day. He is now sitting in a church celebrating a different event, the wedding of one of his daughter's best friends, both old girls, with a family whose friendship was forged, as you hopefully have on the touchlines here. Bromsgrove ties stay tight. Our Chair of Governors says he anticipates just how much joy and pride we can feel swelling inside this tent. And why not? This is a day for laughter and for smiles and for bathing in the warmth of a happy, thriving and caring community that has achieved much during the last 12 months, as you've just heard. It is a day for reflection too for our leavers, on treasured memories of shared excitement, on friendships forged and challenges faced down and overcome. Look at yourselves now and reflect on all that you have achieved, both over this year and over your whole school life. If you have done all that here, just think how much more you can achieve in your life ahead. Very many congratulations to all of you who yesterday and today have won a prize. You can all be rightly proud of what your prize represents. A truly singular achievement. But my congratulations go out to all of you in your final moments at Bromsgrove School. Education is not a competition. It's not even about how much you learn. It is much more about what you have made of yourself in the process of learning. There will have been many personal highlights, and equally, undoubtedly, there will have been many difficult challenges to overcome. Each one of them will have left its trace, especially the challenges, and each will have shaped you into the person you are today. At Commemoration, we are celebrating that person. Maybe not all marked by silver, but certainly marked by the pride, support, and belief in your potential of your families, teachers, and friends. Please let us take a moment to congratulate all our Bromsgrove leavers. Some of you will know that our headmaster is a physics teacher. Even now he's wondering exactly how much energy is being generated by the hot air created by this speech and whether it could heat the swimming pool. I do remember that there are at least two types of energy, potential and kinetic. and I am getting that humming sense of potential energy from the leavers rows in front of me today, all charged to the brim with a school's life worth of learning, wisdom, skill and experience from all of you. And all that power is just waiting to be released as kinetic energy into a world that has much need of it. I encourage you all to use all that stored up potential that you have with vigour, commitment and passion to make every person, every situation, every decision better because you were involved, and enjoy the change that you bring. I now have a simple task, which is to celebrate and give thanks to all those who this year and over the years have given themselves in service of the school and its wider ideals. It is crystal clear that Shelley's traveller never came to Bromsgrove. Look around and despair? Never. Combed lawns, shady trees and dancing flowers, polished glass, glinting cutlery, crisp tablecloths and a cornucopia of edible delights. This does not happen by accident. There are a host of support personnel who today especially, but more important day in, day out, make it their business to deliver for the school and for your children. That they take such pride in their work and in the school's appearance means that we can have much pride in the high standard of facilities and service that they deliver. Many of them will be working hard now whilst we are celebrating in here. When you see them, please do pass on your thanks for all that they do behind the scenes. Those who kindly did this last year made their day, and you will do so again if you can. Then there are those whose joy in life is to teach, a true vocation, never just a job. They shoulder the challenge and responsibility of spreading knowledge and teaching values that will literally last a lifetime. They are well deserving of our thanks, not just for the obvious passion and creativity with which they discharge their responsibilities, but also for the loving care, kindness and attention that they focus on your children. Michael's predecessor as headmaster was a wood turner, and I often think teaching is very much like carving wood, working out the grain of a personality, patiently seasoning and shaping it to bring out its beauty and suit its purpose, and then sanding and smoothing it to knock off all the rough edges, a real craft. Please thank all our teachers for their help and support. It will not have escaped many of you that it has been a challenging time to work in a leadership role in a public school in the UK, calm under fire, and clear-headed in a complex and changing environment. The executive and senior management teams of the school have held true to the pole stars of this school's traditional success, its values and its continuous commitment to excellence, while mindful of the need to deliver value and fairness. I commend them all to you for their positivity, hard work and creativity in charting the school through the choppy waters of the last 12 months. I also cannot let this moment pass without acknowledging the sad death this school year of our wonderful bursar Leslie Brooks. For all those who knew her, she was an inspiration, wise, respected, brave, a true leader, yet kind, generous and funny too. At a time like this, it might be easy to feel sadness and loss. And yet, just recently, as the 4 school sites were visited with my fellow governors, we felt the joy and celebration of her presence all round us, in the bricks and mortar, the glorious gardens, and the calm and effective efficiency of all those who worked with and for her. She has no finer legacy than this school to which she gave her life, and in which she will live much longer. And I'm delighted to say we planted a tree in her honour immediately before this service. Please give a round of applause for her life and her work. There is also a cadre of people whom you might not see that often, but who behind the scenes are working many hours for the school for no reward other than to see it survive and thrive. These are our governors and foundation trustees. Our merry band of educators, business owners, business advisors, financiers, medics, soldiers, regulators, surveyors and third sector leaders have deployed their immense wisdom and their combined skills and experiences, forged in many challenging circumstances to rise to the seismic changes in our sector and anticipate and prepare for an unpredictable future. Through good strategic governance and a reliance and commitment to our core values, they continue to ensure that all parts of the school are treated fairly, receiving the support and investment required, and are prepared to respond to changing trends. They're especially aware of the recent increased gross cost to our parents in choosing private education for their children, and remain focused on minimising cost and securing additional income sources to continue to provide high quality experiences balanced with value for money. Our gratitude is very much due to our Chair of Foundation, our Foundation trustees and all my fellow governors for all their wisdom, commitment and service. Thank you. I would like to say a heartfelt thank you too to all of you, our families. We never take your interest or support for granted. We understand the sacred duty that we undertake in looking after and teaching your children, and thank you for the faith and trust in us which you demonstrate by choosing to send your children here. We have been especially grateful of this demonstration of trust at a time when we know it comes at a financial cost, and we will work tirelessly to ensure that you have made the best choice for your children. We especially thank all of those who additionally donate their time as generously through the various house parent events, and all those who support their work and events for your extra commitment to making the difference. Thank you. Finally, we thank your children for every day taking part and giving themselves with energy and enthusiasm to the daily opportunities and challenges of school life. It is the breadth of the opportunities here in learning, art, music, drama and sport, and your children's engagement with them that teaches them how to make choices, juggle priorities and solve different types of problem. As the upper sixth head out into the world, they will take with them all that they have invested into this school with interest. And we wish them every success in all they do as proud Bromsgrovians. Floreat Bromsgrovia, may Bromsgrove flourish. That just leaves me to wish you all a wonderful and well-earned summer break. To the pupils and leavers for the creation of many wonderful summertime memories. To all you parents for precious time never to be regained, spent with your loved ones at rest and recreation. And for all those who work at our school for a moment to recharge their batteries and get a little me time. they say deep summer is when laziness finds respectability. So live in the sun, swim the sea, and drink in the wild air. Enjoy. Thank you.